Here's the thing, you don't need to be creative to come up with creative ideas. There's one trick. Most people think you have to be a creative genius to be able to come up with the best ideas that literally land and skyrocket. No, you actually need to be able to look at old ways that have worked to be able to regenerate them in your own twist. Let me prove it. Elon Musk is a genius. But is he a creative genius? No, he's a tech genius that understands the history of tech and has combined existing tech with his vision and skyrocketed literally into space. Rihanna, bad girl Riri, she literally used her voice, her storytelling, her brand to create what is called Fenty. And now Fenty is a cultural movement. It is the exact same with Hailey Bieber. People did not know Hailey Bieber until she married Justin Bieber. Because of her last name and obviously her modeling career, she has been able to create a brand called Rode. She's now sold for $1 billion, but it's not because of her creative genius that she's done all the branding, everything. She has been able to look at past ways in the beauty industry and put her own twist to it, know what works, and put herself in that market. So, how do you do this? Step one, absorb relentlessly. You gotta read, you gotta watch, you gotta understand the principles of creativity. This is a really good book by Rick Rubin. It's actually my second time I've just finished it. The more raw materials you have, the better it's going to be and easier it's gonna be for you to connect the dots. Books like this are going to help you because they don't have the structure. They just go in the flow that allows your brain to follow the flow and go in your own flow and interpret it in your own way. What I will say, before you go absorbing everything, you do need to understand your own creative abilities. You must be able to understand, or at least build that muscle ever so slightly, and know what your blueprint is of creativity. Some people really love writing and are just absolutely are the best writers given. Me, for example, I know I'm such a visual storyteller that I can literally change anything, even the blank piece of wall that's white and boring, I can turn into a story visually with no words needed. So understanding what your blueprint is and what it is that is your strength within creativity is going to really help you, even if it's just basic. Because if you're absorbing different knowledge here and there without knowing your own blueprint, it's just mental clutter. Step two, write interesting ideas. Most people get this from things like morning pages. If you haven't heard of this, I would definitely recommend checking out one of my videos up here, which is talking about all morning pages and what that is and how to stimulate that part of your brain in order to increase your creativity and be able to really get rid of the mental clutter in your brain and really focus in on that creative space. It doesn't matter whatever you log seems random, if it's science, if it's what's going on yesterday, what's going on today, what your mental thoughts are, is just getting rid of the clutter and writing it down to be able to have a clear space for a direction forward. Step three is finding unexpected connections. So, for example, being in that curious space, going, what if I was to connect this and this? What would that look like together? What about these two colors? What would that look like together as a brand? If I was to put this in a piece of content 3 seconds instead of 5 seconds in, what would that look like and how would that manifest for the audience? How does that look like storytelling? And literally, you're not looking at the analytical, logistical stuff. You're simply trial and testing each single time. It's the exact same with content, it's the exact same with branding, and it's the exact same with any kind of creation you make, whether you're a writer, an artist, a visual storyteller. You have to be able to lean into curiosity more than anything else because that is your key to success right there. For example, Ben Francis, he's an entrepreneur. Yes, he's probably a logistical guy. But what he probably doesn't even know that he did, but he did it through what a mentor has taught him in the long run. He didn't invent the gym wear and then social media. He combined it both by getting collaborators in who are already in the fitness space on social media, got them to wear his brand, and then he paid them generously to then be able to market his product the best way possible with the athletes that he wanted them to be advertised with. That is a creative genius. He knows the systems, or whoever taught him understood in history what worked in marketing, but being able to bring it to everyday reality, what is now, or even what it was like for him back then with social media. And he was one of the first brands to be able to collaborate with athletes or influencers and bring his product to the front line, where now it's one of the most successful businesses that there is in the fitness space. So do you see the pattern? It's not about originality. It's not about having that new idea all the time. It's actually looking at history, knowing what works, old ways, and going, I'm going to design this in my own way. I'm going to make this and put my own blueprint on this. I'm going to make it my own. I know it works. It's just whether or not I'm willing to be in that trial and test period of curiosity that is going to make it so much more energizing and more me and my blueprint to what I want it to be. Make sense? For example, I have a podcast studio that I know for a fact I will be recording in, but I wanted to try this setting behind me from a more home vlogger perspective. I know it's not the most visually pleasing background, but I'm in that curiosity space, trial and error, seeing what works, because it can work depending on your brand. For me, I just want to show up and talk. That's it. I don't really right now want to focus all in on the aesthetics, because I know that the message is stronger than the visual. My point is, you don't need talent. You just need a system that works and understand your own blueprint. Understand what makes you you and what makes you turn those ticking clocks, whatever people and whatever analogy people call it. So that's all that it is. No special talent. Anyone can do this, and it's free. It just takes little bits of curiosity, willingness, vulnerability, and bravery to be able to step outside of your comfort zone, to come up with the best creative ideas. Whether you're a creator, an entrepreneur, have a project that you really want to get out in the world, know that it's all about what has worked in the past, creating it into what it is that you want it to be with your blueprint that makes you you, and then bringing it into the world. I will see you on the next video.